This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball app makes it easier to keep up to date with the transfer news, scores and stats in one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description below.
Alright guys, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. I'm here with Lee for the player ratings. Lee, it's late, it's cold, it's dark, and we've travelled all this way down to see Newcastle lose 2-0. Let's start with Martin Dúbravka. I'll start with Martin Dúbravka because I seem to always get the second player. Because I always forget the second player. Dúbravka, I thought he was like a steady Eddie today. I don't think you can blame him too much for the two goals. They were two good finishes.
Collected his cross as well, a lot of them.
Yeah, he did. I don't think you can really justify a poor Martin on Dúbravka, so I'm going to go 7 out of 10 for Martin Dúbravka. I'll let you give you the pleasure of Deandre Yedlin. I think you want to talk a little bit about him, don't you?
I've already said in the quick thought, I thought he was appalling. Even the simple things in the second half where he couldn't even control the ball and went out for a throw-in. But not just that, look, I was picking on him a little bit, but I think he wasn't helped in the matter because Arsenal kept coming down there, and every team seems to target our right flank because it's weak. Let's face it, Yedlin's better going forward. Some might argue that that's not the case of him, but you had 2 or 3 men in the first half, and I didn't think Perez helped him, and Lejeune had to keep coming over. But going forward, he was really poor, really poor. 2 out of 10.
Florian Lejeune. A lot of long balls. Defensively, I thought he was actually quite okay. I don't think he was that bad defensively. But yeah, a lot of long balls. He's looking for that almost Shelby-esque pass, which will pay off one every 15, one every 20. But I don't think you can really put it down to him that obviously a poor, obviously the defeat. So I'm going to go 6 out of 10 for Florian Lejeune. Jamaal Lascelles, the captain of the club, back in the starting 11. What did you make of his performance today? I
would have given man of the match if both that second goal was his. He just lets the ball come over and it bounces. Don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant finish by Lacazette. He clips it over. I would have probably scored him at 8, but that I'm going to knock him down. I thought a couple of the Arsenal lot who have had on tonight said that DT rates Lascelles a lot. But he was great up until then, but I'm going to knock him down to 6 because of that. Yeah, that was his fault for the second goal, but very commanding up until that point.
Paul Dummett, very quiet, but again, I don't think he was that bad. I just think it was just one of those nights where he wasn't going to get a lot of. He didn't everything that he did, and it was kind of always in midfield, so he didn't really have any effect on the game. I'll go 5 out of 10 with Paul Dummett because he just really didn't do anything. Left wing back was Matt Ritchie.
First of all, magnificent header clearance off the line. How he done that was phenomenal. Smiling about it. That's the only good thing that happened from our point. He also done a crucial block, almost on the line. Had another header second half. Going forward, poor. But you try to look for that little clip-through ball for Almirón. That's the link up between those two. Something not right for me. But it's not working.
Maybe not, but
it works for the team, the results and stuff. But those two, I don't know. It's just there's something they're not clicking.
But who was good going forward for Newcastle today?
It's not just tonight. It's just overall. Those two just don't work for me. 1 out of 6 games since Almirón, he has worked. Not enough, but I'll probably move Almirón, and that's for another video. But Matt Ritchie, I'll probably score my 5.
We'll go on to Miguel Almirón. You can tell when he's got the ball at his feet, he's very exciting to watch. But when it's not really working off for him, he can become, what's the word I'm looking for? Very, instead of quiet, and you can't really see him in the game, which is
passes him by.
Yeah, it does, and it was tough to watch at times. These are the games that you're not really going to expect Almirón to be the one that you pay 20 odd million for. It's the games on Saturday and against Crystal Palace and Southampton. They're the games that you want him to make that bit of a difference. I'm going to go 5 out of 10 for Miguel Almirón today. In the middle of midfield, Mo Diarmi.
Oh, he was shocking. He was Bambi on ice.
Was he at fault almost for the first goal a little bit?
I don't know where I have to say it back, but I just think I've said it a couple of times already that never mind trying to keep the balance on the ball, he couldn't keep himself. He was literally on ice when Bambi. Seen the movie Bambi? When he gets up and Bambi, whoa, he's like that. The 19-year-old lad bossed him. Literally bossed him off the park. And I think even if there was Hayden and Diarmi versus Guendouzi, I think Guendouzi would have got the better of the two of them. I thought Diarmi was awful. That was the Diarmi of old. Crying out for Shelby to come in now, we all are. And it's not just because of the results we're having the last couple of weeks as well when we have been winning, but 2.
Isaac Hayden, the former Arsenal player, got a good reception from the Arsenal fans when he got substituted off. Again, didn't really do a lot because Arsenal had a lot of possession of the football. You talk about Guendouzi, I thought he was actually really good for Arsenal today. Ramsey got the goal. You know, you've got to look at it and go, Arsenal did boss the midfield. I don't think it was as bad as Diarmid by any stretch. I'm going to go 4 out of 10 for Isaac Hayden. Jose Perez. Me and you kind of had not an argument, but kind of like a discussion about how I don't think Perez got involved in the game because I think Arsenal did very well tactically wise, but you think he should have done a little bit more.
Defensively, he should have helped Yedlin out because he's on the right. Yes, I know he's more of a right forward. When we have the ball, it's like 3 up top. It's Rondon in the middle, Almirón left, Perez right. But when we don't, he's got to come back and help He's got to help Yedlin. Sorry, Yedlin, bless him. I know what's slated Yedlin, but he didn't have any help. He's had 2 or 3 men constantly, but Perez going forward off and out. I know we didn't have much going forward in any case. We only had really Rondon shot and a key shot second half. Perez, that was, and he talks about, and there's a video going out on Perez in the morning about, you know, me and Kel talk about his future, and he wants to play end of the cycle and play for a top. You can't play for a top La Liga side. You'll probably play for a mid-table La Liga side at best. I'll score him a 3.
Salomon Rondon, I thought, was very isolated tonight. I think it was kind of like
Arsenal had all the ball, didn't it?
It did, and I think every time we had the ball, it was like, right, Rondon, what can you do with it? Can you take us 20 yards forward up the pitch and try and control every single ball we take over you? And I thought Socrates dealt with them quite well. I thought Mustafi dealt with them okay. Had 1 shot in the first half, which was a good effort, but that was the only chance we really had. Tough to really mark him, but I'm going to go 5 out of 10. He didn't really do a lot, but he didn't get given a lot. I think it's probably the fair mark. First person on that I can remember was Sung-Yueng. I don't think he should have been the one that was brought on. I think it should have been Shelvey, but we'll have to mark Sung-Yueng, Lee.
Didn't have any influence at all. 5, simple, short.
Next one after him, was it Yoshinori Muto?
Kenedy?
Kenedy, yeah, Kenedy. Kenedy was a little bit bright. He came off for Ritchie again. He's not going to be here next season. If he's not going to be here next season, why does he have to be starting or coming on from games? Can anybody else really threaten him? But if he's the best of what we've got, then obviously play him. A little bit better, but again, didn't really do anything. Had 1 cross which was cleared quite comfortably. I'm going to go 5 out of 10 for Kenedy. And Yoshinori Muto, did he have enough time to really make an impact?
If you're going to give Kenedy a 5, Muto played 10 minutes on that right, didn't look comfortable. He's good on the ball, nice touches and that, but I don't know what his future holds in the summer either. But 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10 for Yoshinori Muto. Rafa Benitez, I don't think this will be a high mark at all for Rafa Benitez, not because of the fact it's only 2-0 against Arsenal, but more the fact of the way tactically he came across this game. We know it's going to be defensive, but I think Rafa needs to try and work out at what time does he need to go, right, let's take a gamble for 1-0 down in the 60th minute or 65th minute, let's go for it, because Arsenal didn't really have to deal with anything today from us, especially in the second half.
We've all slated Rafa the night. I think look, it's a hell of a club, don't get me wrong, and they should be getting top 4. I've got to score him down because it would judge him in-game more so. Yes, I know the level of it's totally different, but again, go 2 up top, maybe go 4 at the back, go for it a little bit more. I just seen like for like again tonight, and yes, I know it's Arsenal. People are going to say, oh well, we didn't expect to get nothing. That's not the point. I'm not going to get home at 5:30 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and I've got work at 9 AM. I want to show a little bit of fight. I don't think that we had fight tonight. So you talk about what's that quote that everybody says, we don't demand, what's the word?
Don't demand success, but we want to try, or something. Demand effort or something.
Right, that wasn't enough for me. Rafa, I'll probably score him a 4.
I agree. I think 4 out of 10 is probably about right for Rafa Benitez today. Get your comments in below. You know, we're here on a Monday night and we've seen Newcastle lose 2-0 against Arsenal. What would you have given the likes of Mo Diarmid, Isaac Hayden, Salomon Rondon out of 10 tonight if you've been watching the game on the Tuesday morning? Because it's now Tuesday morning we're doing this video. Like and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll see you at the next video.